Hello again, nerds. We are doing another reaction video. Michael Angelo Batio? I'm going to say Batio. Michael Angelo Batio is a guitar virtuoso. We're going to talk a little bit... Oop, I clicked the wrong thing. We're going to talk a little bit about that stuff. We're going to talk about why I chose this video for a reaction. But first, we got to do this. Okay, Michael Angelo Batio. Again, that's the pronunciation I'm going with. Please correct me if you can in the comment section. I don't know how you're going to correct someone's pronunciation of a name in a text-only medium. But he is a... Sorry. He is a guitar virtuoso. He's the dude that plays friggin' the double guitar. He does the thing where he's like, look at me noodle on two guitars at once. He put out a new record, or is putting out a new record. Let me see if, does it tell me? From forthcoming record, More Machine Than Man. I've never honestly listened to much Michael Angelo Batio. I have, though, listened to a lot of Chris Adler, and that is why we chose this song, because this is the first recorded music, like properly recorded music, studio recording even, of Chris Adler since he left Lamb of God. So we've been doing the Lamb of God videos. I figure we should probably do this one as well so we can see, you know, where Chris is going, because Chris was one of my favorite members of that band. I feel like they lost a little bit, quite a bit actually, with him leaving, sadly, but that is the state of things. I can't find anything else on this song. Let's see what the... It's gonna make noise, so be prepared, because it always... Yeah, shut up. I said pause. There we go. Okay, so let's see if it says anything... Produced by Max Carlisle. That's all we get. Rat Pack Records. Got nothing. All right, so we're going into this really freaking cold. All I really know about this is Batio is a neo-shred guitar player. Adler is a godlike drummer. And yeah, that's what we're going off of. So... we're going to get the disclaimer out of the way. Disclaimer, we're not just going to be watching this video and, oh, wow, that was awesome. We're going to be stopping. We're going to be talking about the things I think are working for the song. We're going to be talking about the things I think are not working for the song. Mostly performance and production notes are going to be what we go over. It is the official music video, so if there's some video production things that I think are really awesome that are going on here, we're going to be talking about those too. That being said, that means we're going to be stopping the song. If you want to listen to the original, go back and listen to the original. I fully endorse you doing that, because we're going to be stopping, we're going to be talking over it, we're going to be doing all kinds of noisy things that are not the actual song. That's not what we're here for. If you want to go listen to the original, go listen to the original. So, that being said, we have expectations. Very low. No, that's a joke. Expectations are... I expect Chris to kind of blow me away with this. Batio, I don't know what to expect out of him. I know we're going to see some really impressive guitar work. I would honestly be surprised, though not super surprised, still pretty surprised if we get anything time signature-wise in this song that's going to be outside of 4/4. Or 8/8, again, variations on the same thing, just one feels more quick and abbreviated. So, yeah, I feel like if we get outside of that time signature, I will be happy. Very possibly we'll see a couple of sections that are in, like, 3/4. I doubt we're going to get anything crazy like that. We might go even into, like, 9/8 territory, but that's not super likely. Anyway, so yeah, those are kind of my expectations. It's going to be a driving song. It's not going to be... Probably, I feel like this is going to be atypical of Batio's regular outings just because of who is behind the drum kit. So I hope that is the case. I hope we get some really great Chris Adler feel, though I doubt he had a whole lot of hand in the arrangement of the tune. I would imagine Batio said, hey, I've got this tune that I just recorded, and it needs a drummer. Chris, will you do the honor? So yeah, that is where we stand on that. Let's transition to this and do the thing. We're still in the record label's logo reveal. Ooh, groovy. I like that little trick he's doing there. So this is an example production-wise. This is an example of the producer trying to make the bass player sound better than he actually is. And the bass player, performance-wise, really not doing a whole lot. But considering we're not here to listen to the bass player, I mean, this is not a band necessarily. This is a guitar player with hired musicians. That's to be expected, I think. There we go. There's some shred. I really appreciate what the producer's doing, though. Sonically, that sounds great. Okay, so I know we don't talk a lot about video, but here we have a teaching experience. This video, we're going to go back just so I can double check. Yeah. We're going to talk about instrument performance here in a second, but we're shooting a video in 30 frames a second. Are we watching a sitcom? No. Then why are we in 30 frames a second? That's issue number one with the production. Issue number two is, what are we, like, I understand playing in the middle of a desert is fun and exciting when there's a whole band involved. But when you're by yourself, I feel like, well, even then, there's a better way to do this. Like a dude with an amp in the middle of the desert, in front of a rock wall even, is very visually uninteresting. The camera work is not helping. The effects that they have going on here, like we've got this weird, not saturation, the luminance has been pushed up really high, so it's coming over his head. The light is coming over a little bit more than it probably was in the day. Just the video is much more uninteresting than I wanted it to be. And yeah, not great. Also, if we're here to listen to the guitar player, why is he taking such a giant pause? There's nothing sonically that kind of advertised that pause. Unless he's building to something, like that's the only thing that's going to pull this out. Another thing that's really bugging me right now is we might not actually be in 30 frames a second. It just kind of, it has the feeling of that because the director or cinematographer, they probably didn't hire a cinematographer for this. It's a video director. Video director has the shutter speed up too high. So it's got that like action movie kind of feel because the shutter speed's running so fast that there's little motion blur to his fingers, which is not the direction I would have gone. I feel like if you're doing somebody like this, then the blur is kind of an accent almost. Like he's moving so fast the camera is blurring. You can't even see his fingers. He's going, that's kind of the feel I would think you would want to go for, not to be able to see exactly what it. I mean, you would still be able to see what he was playing because you can see the frets that he's on. Don't get me wrong. Amazing guitar player. He's running those licks expertly. Arrangement-wise and dynamics-wise, I feel like there is a lot left to be desired here. There we go. There's some dynamic play. Ooh, I like that. Sweeping that. Hit it, Chris. Hit it, Chris. There we go. There we go. All right, so guitar-wise, the performances, I feel like this really... Neo Shred, I need to reiterate this. Neo Shred is not a genre I can play. I am not that good at the guitar. I fully recognize the fact that this is beyond my ability to play. However, as far as what's interesting to me sonically, the guitar is the least interesting thing going on right now. Chris... the drums, I should say specifically, so Chris Adler, is making this song a little more interesting. Up before this past section, right before I stopped this, I feel like he was just going through motions. Here, it feels like, all right, we need to pop this. We need to make the second half of this song pop a lot more than the first half so that it feels like it's going somewhere. Because, again, while Batio's doing these... amazing licks, like they feel aimless. They don't have a point. There was a section, and you heard me exclaim, there was a section that was legitimately exciting and sounded like, all right, now we're gonna fall in line together. And now it sounds like we've lost that momentum. But I could be wrong. We could be still in that for the second half of this song. Yeah, see, this is much more... This feels like everything's gelling much better. And we're playing with dynamics now. See, like this is what I accused the Lady Gaga video of doing, that really did it to a much more minor degree, as I was let know by... everyone in the comment section on that one. I fully understand what they did in that, and I saw the behind-the-scenes video. Anyway, they completely replaced this sky. This sky is not actually real. I would be surprised if this was a sky that they recorded at all. This looks like it's something that was computer-generated in 2005. Maybe even longer ago. Like, this is very cheap special effects. The line between the horizon line, between the sky and the desert itself, is a dead giveaway because that was poorly done. But like this could be so much more effective, even with the bad special effects. If we got a little bit more of this feeling that we're getting in this shot, and a little bit less of Batio standing in front of his practice amp. What the heck are those other shots? Ooh, getting back a little groovy on the guitar. I like that. But now we feel aimless again. Not as bad as the first half of the song, but it feels like he's out there wanking and not really feeling the track. And then he goes and plays the rhythm guitar part. Where are we? Yeah, somewhere around there. We're in A. It sounds like A minor. Yeah, that's totally A minor. It feels dark, so the minor is working like it should. But God, I just can't get over this aimless guitar, man. I like that. See, those dynamics work together. And there goes Chris again. So it sounds like he let Chris do what he wanted, but it was rocking a hard place because you don't want to detract from the man who's paying your, writing your check, right? But you also want to make it feel like something you've done. There were a couple of sections in there that definitely felt like Chris. By and large, it felt like he could have had any studio musician play those drums. But again, there was, and you heard me again exclaim when I heard it, that is definitely Chris Adler on that kit. I don't know how I like the song though. That was a little bit of. I don't know about that. Yeah. So that is Michael Angelo Batio. Again, I haven't listened enough. I'm familiar with him. I'm just not a fan, and I'm just not a fan of neo shred because a lot of the shred guys kind of feel like that on an instrumental album. There still needs to be cohesion between all of the instruments. Listen to a band by Pelican or Red Sparrows or Mogwai even. Like, these guys do instrumental well. This was instrumental done mediocre. The video was instrumental done poorly. You have a song featuring a icon in metal. Why would you not have him in the video? There's just a lot of weird choices video-wise. A lot of weird song arrangement stuff in there, too. Sorry if that's noisy. A lot of weird song arrangement stuff in there, too, because, like, again, that guitar just felt aimless. Like, there was obvious sections if you're just listening to the rhythm tracks, but if you're listening to that lead guitar, there's so little of it that gels well with the backing tracks that I'm not a fan. I apologize if that offends you, but I'm not a fan of, at the very least, this track. Again, haven't listened to anything extensive by Batio. Probably won't after this, unless somebody really says, "Oh no, you got to check this track out," and then we'll see if that's the one that really does it for me. But that is where we're going to end this video, guys. What did you think of the track? Is this Randy being amazing, or is this Chris being amazing, or is this Chris picking up a paycheck? I honestly feel it's a little bit more of the latter and a little less of the former, but that's just me. There is a website, joeynerdy.net. You can go check out all of the free things up there. The twice weekly news show goes up there as well, or right here on the YouTube channel also. You can check those out Tuesdays and Fridays. There's a Patreon if you want to, if you like this so much, you want to help me do it, then you can go over to the Patreon. If you join on the $5 level, then you can become part of the show to a minor extent. The higher you go up, the more part of the show you become, so on and so forth. So go check that out, patreon.com/joeynerdy. Check out all of the things. While you're still here, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You can click that to subscribe. You can click one of these two boxes to check out other stuff going on here on the channel. Before we get out of here, though, guys, always, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.